Hi, it's been a while, and I apologize for that. I just haven't really had the time. I started going back to school, and other things happen. But, we're here. We're trying to make the best of, the now. Now, if I'm being honest, I wasn't really engaged with just filming myself and reacting. Today, I wanted to do something different, not just react to videos or pull up anything that mentions the name TikTok. I wanted to do a story time today. Fully aware it sounds really childish, but I've been following a YouTuber for years now named Dopaziola who makes story time videos. I feel like I have a very illustrative mind, and I just love being engaged by a good story. He does it so well, so I'm going to try my best to keep you guys engaged, which hopefully is a thing. I'm gonna mainly talk about three types of high. It's gonna be my first time actually smoking, and then it's gonna be my first time taking an edible, and then it's gonna be my first time taking a dab. So this first story is gonna be split into two parts. First time I smoked, and then it's gonna be the first time I smoked then got high. Some backstory, I thought weed was horrible for you. I was always against, taking drugs. I always assumed that, oh, you're smoking weed, oh, you're a drug addict. Just assuming shit, not really, me being a kid and me being like influenced by, the school and the environment. Now there's fucking dispensary. Now I work at a dispensary, and it's fucking crazy. So growing up, I always had this family friend. I don't really associate with family friend anymore just because I don't know what's going on with him. He was basically the big brother figure that I never had at the time. And I remember he would always like talk shit about, people that smoked weed and stuff like that. He's like, bro, don't ever smoke weed. Weed's gonna get you addicted to stuff. So he was like a huge like advocate to me, like, don't ever smoke. Do not ever smoke. And I remember one time, because this is like, I'm in high school now and this guy's in college, just like, Dada, promise me you'll never smoke weed. No, as a kid, I'm like, yeah, dude, of course. Like, I promise I'll never smoke weed. About a year later, I get a Snapchat from Mario. And you guys know Mario. I met Mario through family friends. So at this point, we've been friends for like a couple years now. And I just get a Snapchat from Mario. And it's family friend hitting a bubbler. And then Mario switching the camera to himself, just like, keep in mind, it's been stuck in my head or engraved in like my mind. Like, bro, like, never smoke weed. Strongly advocating me to stay away from it. And now here he is a year later after he's told me that. Checkmate, buddy. I knew they smoked weed already, but it would have been like at least 2 years after I knew where I finally smoked with them. So they lived out of state, and I eventually saved up to buy myself a plane ticket and fly over for the summer. The whole time, they're like, yo, you're going to smoke with us. You know that, right? And I'm like, I'm getting annoyed. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm going to smoke. Like, nah, bro, you're going to smoke with us, bro. You're going to smoke heavy. And I'm like, I'm kind of getting annoyed because I'm just like, bro, these are drugs. Because I don't want to get involved with drugs. I don't want to be turned to a drug addict, I don't want to take a drug test, like all this fucking overthinking is just happening through my mind. It's been pissing me off at this point. Like, my folks don't know that I'm going to smoke. I'm not telling anyone like, oh yeah, I'm going to go smoke weed out of state. Like, no, dude, no. Like, my assumption is like, oh yeah, it's going to be a Saturday night. We're going to be at a round table, just like that 70s show. We're going to pass a joint all around. It was not like that. So I arrived at the airport and they meet me at my gate. So we meet up. And I can tell that their eyes were like kind of shut. And I'm like, you guys tired? Why do you guys look so tired? Like, I was just so oblivious to the fact that they were already fucking stoned out of their minds. But I was not prepared for what was going to happen next. So it was Mario who's driving, and we go to the airport garage. And just to put it in perspective, just like the seating arrangement for the car. So it was Mario driving, my friend in the front seat, family friend on the left side, my fat ass in the middle, and then our other friend who didn't smoke, but I know for a fact to this day you definitely got contact high. So once we get past the airport and like good distance away from it, I remember vividly. Just imagine. I'm actually just gonna put in your perspective though. All right, let's do it. Just in that exact manner, him like taking out the fucking drawer from his ear. You know, I'm sitting there like, bro, I'm gonna go to jail. Oh my god, there's drugs, bro. What the fuck am I gonna do? We're gonna get stopped by the cops. I still have to text my mom that I fucking can't. I just arrived. Like, no, dude, I can't. So Mario lights it, hits it, passes it to the friend in the front, and then friend in the front passes it to family friend right next to me. It looks like he enjoys it. He's addicted. Like, you know, my worst possibility is just running around my mind. He turns to me, he's like, dude, take a hit, bro. And the whole time I'm like, nah, dude, I still have to like talk to my mom that I got here. Like, nah. He's like, bro, take a hit, dude. Come on, bro. Don't be a pussy. One of those fucking people, right? Hey, don't be a fucking pussy, dude. Just fucking hit it. So I end up, hitting it. And of course, I never really ingested anything like smoke related into my mouth. I put my saliva on the filter. And the whole time I was just getting slapped. Luis, what the fuck, dude? You like never smoked anything? You're not supposed to put your saliva on it. Like, dude, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I do not want to be involved in this. I hit it and I'm just like coughing like horrifically for 5 minutes. I have asthma. This is my first time consuming something with like smoke. So I'm like coughing like, ugh, like, who's got water? My cough went away. Joint comes back to me. I'm like, bro, like, no more. I do not want to do this. Dude, don't be a fucking pussy, dude. Fucking hit this shit, bro. I hit it. Once again, I'm just coughing horrifically, dude. Like, I just don't like it. I'm like, bro, I don't want to do this anymore. I do not want to smoke weed. This is my first and last time smoking weed. It was not. We get to this restaurant called Ale House. And at Ale House, they have this item called the Zinger Mountain Melt. And it was just heaven on a plate. The dude, like, when my shit came out, I was digging in. And again, I did not feel high when I smoked it. Like, I was just coughing. I was like, dude, I don't want to do this anymore. I did not feel high at all. But I do believe it was the munchies that kind of hit me. Because I was just like, dude, I'm so fucking hungry, bro. People are like not even done with their plates. And I'm pretty much like halfway done with mine. The perfect way to end off. The slice of a Captain Jack with chocolate fudge at the bottom. It was literally heaven, dude. And I was just like, yeah, that was a good meal. So that was my first time smoking. Now we're gonna go off to first time getting high. It's about 2 days later, and we ended up going to the friend who was in front. He was renting a house. There was a bedroom beside the kitchen. We split 2 joints and we're like already passing it around. The giggles started settling in for me. I didn't realize I was high yet, but I was just laughing a lot. The way how my friend was coughing just looked like he was it just looked like a turtle trying to get back into his shell while he was coughing. Like that consistently, just right next to me. I'm fucking just dying of laughter. Like, all right, we're done with the joints. And so they asked me like, yo, open the door, take your gel, and put your cup in the sink. I open the door. And keep in mind, we're in the summer. The AC is on, cranked all the way high because it's that hot outside. The cold air hits me in the face. It felt like I was dreaming. Is this what weed is like? The whole time I'm like, bro, my hands look weird. I feel weird. What is going on? So they're just like, bro, like, you're high, like, enjoy it. There was like a big sofa, and then there was like a small sofa, like a sofa chair. Keep in mind, I'm 6 feet tall, 300 pounds. I'm a big guy. I shit you not, I sit on that sofa chair and I feel like a kid. They put the music video for King of Everything and Bake Sale. And Bake Sale was by far like just so trippy. The effects were in the video, but the whole time I was just like, I was just so unsure. Is that me seeing like all these effects? It was the video, but I was just like, damn, this is crazy. They played an even crazier music video, Pillow Talk by Lil Dicky. Now in that music video, they talk about God, there's dinosaurs, and it's like visualized in there. The whole time I was just like unaware of like, damn, am I seeing like the real thing? Like, is this what I see? Like, is this happening? This is trippy, and I fucking love it. The rest of the night, they just kept playing like different music, but those were just like three prominent ones that really stood out to me. My friend Joel eventually came over. He kind of just helped me, and like he's like, "Yeah, bro, you're high. You know, you're not gonna be like this forever. Just relax, just enjoy it." I'm like, okay, and then yeah, that was my first time getting high. For the rest of that trip, dude, a family friend, the guy who was like, dude, don't be a fucking pussy. Every day we're like smoking and smoking and smoking to so many bowls out of the bubbler. Like, it was not fun. I enjoy partaking, and stuff now, but don't force it on anyone. Now we're going to move on to like another step of intensity, and it's going to be my first bad edible trip. So it was around this week that my folks were gone. I invited my friend to smoke, and then my sister got high with her friends taking edibles. And I remember me and my friend went to my plug. I would always like ask him like, yo, can I get a joint? He'd sell me like a good fucking joint for $10 like every time. Just cheaper than some dispensary shit. I would never buy flour. I would just buy pre-rolls and then smoke them like right then and there. I was not like a huge stoner, and I would say I'm still not as much of a stoner as I describe myself when I smoke. So I ended up picking up a few joints. My plug's like, hey bro, for 15 more, I can give you a 250 milligram brownie edible. Like, yo, 250. And I look at my friend, I'm like, oh, like this is serious. We split the brownie in half, so it'd be 125, and ate the whole thing. It didn't do shit. It was the joints that kept us, or like that got us high, but whoever made that edible did not do a good job, because it didn't do its job. And the only reason I mentioned that I bought a 250 milligram edible was because around a week later, my folks are back. Can't really smoke because, I remember I'm sitting with my sister in the living room, and I'm just like, dude, I want to get high so bad. And then she says, oh, well, I have edibles if you want some. I'm like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, here, have one cookie. And I'm like, how much is in one cookie? And I read on the back, 10 milligrams. I look at her, I'm like, 10 milligrams? This isn't going to do shit to me, but whatever. Dead wrong. And I remember about like an hour and a half, if it hit. Because I was like, no fucking way. This 10 milligram cookie, this tiny little cookie, got me this fucking high. I ate 125 milligrams, like apparently with that brownie, and it didn't do shit. So the fact that I was feeling this good off of one cookie was just like the best thing ever. And then I eventually watched the movie and fell back asleep. The following day, just like, yo, can I get 2 edibles? And my sister looks at me like, you want to eat 2? And I'm like, yeah, dude, give me 2. Like, I was good with 1. I want to try 2. She's like, are you sure? And I'm like, give it to me. I'm good. With about an hour and a half, like I said, started laughing. I was having a good time. I was bundled up, like way more bundled up than I am right now. I began shivering. And the whole time I'm like, why the fuck am I so cold? Why am I so cold? Why am I shivering? For some reason, I thought I need to take a shit. So I fucking got up like shaking, and I was like, oh, like going to the bathroom, sitting there shivering. I'm like, why the fuck would you go to the bathroom? Why the fuck would you do this? Because the whole time my parents are right there. My mom's still awake. If she thinks that something is wrong with me, she is going to make a big deal out of it and just see what's going on. So the whole time I was like, God, I really don't hope my mom like knocks on the door. Somehow I just muttered up like the courage. I get out of the bathroom as fast as I can, but I kind of just try my best to walk past, acknowledge my parents, and then go back into my room and close the door. My mom was like, the fuck? The fuck was that for? I was just in shock. So I ended up getting back on my bed. The shivering stopped, and I remember I did the same thing. I ended up just watching a movie and then just falling asleep. We're gonna move on to our third and final story. First time I try to dab. I text my plug, yo, I need a pre-roll. Could you roll me one? He's like, I don't have any bud right now. And I remember I got the text like, oh, fuck. Dude, I got no weed now. I'm not old enough to go to a dispensary. Like, fuck. And then I get a text. But I have oil though. So the whole time I'm like, dude, I am not paying you $10 to hit your pen. $10 just to... Alright, I'm out of here. Thanks for getting me on. Like, no, dude. But I fucking went anyways. I'm just like, I mean, I guess I might as well. So I park and, I walk towards his house. He meets me in the driveway and he's like, yeah, we're gonna go inside my car. What? Alright. I knew people that knew him. I didn't know him personally. So I go with him to his car. Huge butane tank in the center console. Grabs one of those like fucking things to light a Bunsen burner. Heat is like radiant just off my face. I'm like, dude, I'm sweating like a pig, bro. Let's get through with this. I was like, you know what dabs are? And I'm like, nah. Alright, so watch this. You're gonna heat the end of the nectar collector. It's like a metal tube. You heat the bottom. And tells me, so you're gonna heat the bottom of the thing till it's like red. Wait a little bit. Then you're gonna start poking, and then you're gonna suck it. And then he shows me an example, does it. He's like, all right, bro, you ready? I take my first hit. Nah, I don't feel anything. He's like, you want to take another one? I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm done. Take another one. Breathe out. I'm like, feel like something very faint. Yo, bro, you mind if I take another one? And just the way he looked at me was just like, are you sure you want to take another one? And obviously I'm like, yeah, dude, like I'm trying to get high, so take another hit. It's like a subtle high. And I'm like, you know what? It's enough. Here's your $10. Start walking back to my car. And I call this restaurant called Dairy Bell. At the time, like, or it still does have like carne asada fries, but I just feel like back then, early college, late high school, that's when it hit the most. So my plan up to this point was just like, okay, I'm high now. I'm gonna order food. I'm gonna pick it up, and then I'm gonna go home and chill. Hi, can I put an order for a large carne asada? Like it's just slowed down a little bit. Like, I just kind of like, oh, what the? Just literally creeped up, and the whole time I'm just like, fuck, dude, I have to drive. Like this is not cool. I keep telling myself like, bro, you're getting higher to the minute. Like, hurry it up, start driving home. So I'm like, I remember I gave myself a pep talk. I was like, you got this. Don't take the freeway. Stick to the back roads. Keep your distance between cars. You're good. I was not expecting to feel like this. And the whole time, dude, music just sounds so good. I heard like Jackie Chan by, I know it's not by Post Malone, but it's Post Malone is in the song. I heard the song Dancing with a Stranger by Sam Smith. Yo, dude, the radio's playing some really good shit. I'm back in my city now, so I'm down to the main road towards Dairy Bell. I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened. But there's this song called Lil Baby by Danny Lay. And there's a hook that goes, my little baby is a lightning. And the reason I kept doing that was because like it would loop around my head and then go through my ears and loop around my head and go through my eye. Keep in mind, I'm driving and I'm like seeing. Like, it's like I'm right here like looking at myself and then going like doing that whole motion, but I'm fucking driving. And then it wasn't until I shut the song off where I was like, dude, you gotta focus, man. Like I just don't remember. Like I zoned out to the music. Like it was a good, don't get me wrong, it was cool, but it was definitely very scary because I was not aware of the road in front of me. The story's not over yet. So I get to Dairy Bell. I get out, pay for my order, get back in my car, drive away. Now where Dairy Bell is in a plaza. And if you go through the plaza, there's like a lot of bumps, cars, parking lot, other shops, people walking. So it's like, you're going to have to like go really slow. I wanted to get home immediately. A road that connects to the other side. So it's like, you don't have to go through like the plaza to get through that side. You can just drive through there. And I shit you not, it is probably 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. 20 kids. I don't know what kind of Facebook event was going around, dude, but it was literally 20 kids on their bikes heading towards me. And of course, they weren't heading towards me. They were going towards the other side. So I had to like switch lanes like to go forward so I wouldn't hit any of them. And I could have sworn one of them kicked my car as they were passing by. But I was just not in the state to really like call it out, dude. I just wanted to go home. The very last thing I experienced before driving home, I passed the kids on the bike and I get to the other side of the road. Like always, I look to my right. And then as I look to my left, this homeless guy just on my window, just like that, just full on like creepy, just staring at. Like I got home, I was like looking behind me. I'm like looking, I'm like, did the homeless man chase me? Is he chasing the car? Like I was just like, bro, like I gotta get inside. So I get back inside. Lucky for me, it was just my siblings and her friend. They already knew I smoked weed, so they were just like, oh yeah, you look like you were having a really good time. You won't believe the adventure. That was my first time taking dabs. I haven't really had a bad trip. I had a bad trip using medical syrup. So I guess I can tell this quick story. So I would say around like a year and a half ago, I was getting out of a job. I was a photo booth attendant and I was leading Palo Alto from an event. I brought my cannabis syrup. Like I didn't even know I brought it, but I brought it with me. I would say not like this size, but definitely like up to here. I would say like up to here. Yeah, I would say like up to here is like the size of the bottle. So it wasn't that big, but it, like I said, it carried a punch. I was not used to taking edibles as much as I am now. So my tolerance was a lot lower. When I poured this into my drink, I didn't get as high, and I poured a lot. So I'm just going to drink it straight from the bottle. I get home. Oh, this shit hit. I'm just going to put on the movie. And the movie I decided to put on was The Day After Tomorrow. Fucking, there's like a lot of weather phenomenon. Like there's a new ice age. There's a flood. It's a lot, dude. It's a disaster movie. But when you're on edibles, man, your mind is everywhere, or at least mine is. So I shit you not, the whole time I'm sitting literally right next to my bed. I'm sitting on my bed, I'm watching the movie, fucking the flood's coming, all this like disaster, people die. This can happen. This can really happen. Oh my fucking god, like this can fucking happen. Dude, my heart was pounding. Like I cannot emphasize like how much like it was pounding. Like I genuinely felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. So I turned on my fan. I sat on the floor or lay down on the floor in front of the fan. Good, you're good. Calm down. It could probably be happening right now. We won't even know. You know, it's just over fucking react. It's funny to me now, but back then I genuinely felt like I was going to fucking die. I was eventually able to like control myself a little bit. Edibles, man, like they really do fuck you up, man. I'm not on edibles right now, unfortunately. I did smoke earlier. So my plan was to smoke for the video. Like come here high, but I made it reek a little bit. I kind of sobered up a little bit before I started filming. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I am so sorry that the lighting got dark. I set up everything in like about an hour, and now that, you know, we're past like almost approaching, you know, another hour. If you guys have any suggestions for just any topic, just feel free to drop them down in the comments below. Drop a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. And with that said, hope you guys have a great day.